What the? Hey yo pretty people, welcome back to another episode of Bedrock Minecraft. My name is LoXP, and of course, seeing how in the previous episode we found out that the sugarcane in Bedrock Edition can be grown using bone meal, I had to devise some kind of machine to capitalize on it. Meet, I don't know, Danny the Piston Thing. Yes, Danny the Piston Thing, that's a very weird family name, but nevertheless. Danny is not impressed with his job, but he still gets it done. Yeah, I'm sorry guys. If something has a face, I have to name it. And yeah, Danny has been a great friend and great help lately, providing me with lots of sugarcane. Just while I was recording this very intro, he already brought me 3 stacks of it. So yeah, that's very nice of you, Danny. Thank you so much. The thing is that sugarcane is actually grown not like the rest of the crops in this game. The rest of the crops is usually grown by second or third click of the bone meal. Sugarcane, on the other hand, is grown by a single click, and this makes this machine pretty much a perfect replacement for any kind of, I don't know, any kind of other sugarcane farm. And you might say, but Zloy, it's not really productive. I mean, it does take your bone meal after all. And you would be right, except that you might not know that actually in this world I already have something really nice called a skeleton spawner. It is hidden right here, right down below this cobblestone pillar. And we're gonna pay it a visit. But before that, let me get you guys one more issue of your favorite show. LoXP goes heels over head, absolutely nuts, over something absolutely mundane and not that impressive for people who already played this version of the game. So first off, in our installment of things that are absolutely freaking epic, is something brought up by Buster the Fox, who said that he would absolutely consider playing this version of the game if the written books were in it. And not only are the written books in it already, but look how their interface looks in this version. Check this out. First of all, you are able to choose a page and you see 2 pages at once, so it's like actual book. And second of all, when you actually type something and you can do some minor formatting, you can not only type forward and backwards like you do in the regular Minecraft books, not only copy and paste in there, but also you can move your cursor back, which is absolutely mundane, I know, and upwards and downwards. You can go and fix your stuff, you can fix your typos. You don't have to retype your entire page anymore just because you made a mistake somewhere in the beginning of it, which is absolutely amazing and something we were wanting for Java for PC version of Minecraft for absolute ages. But that is not all, my friends. That's not all for today's episode of LoXP going nuts over minor stuff. If you look at that tree right now, see down there in the distance, look at it. Look. Can you already see it? Usually you should be able to. There it is. It's in the distance. Here. Do you see it? That upper part of it. Somehow it's white. It's white. Why is it white? Why is it white, you ask? Well, you see, apparently when it snows on a Bedrock version of Minecraft, the trees on which it is snowing become white. And this is amazing. This is so glorious. This is just epic. I was trying to create some kind of a trick or some kind of a thing, some kind of a cheat to make this appear not just in the biomes of snow. I was trying to create it using like your own means as a player, but sadly that didn't really work. What did work, however, is that if you apparently in this version place a snow layer. Where's the snow layer? Oh, it's 3 snows, okay. So yeah, if you make a snow layer and you place it on something, say boop, boop, and then you remove a block underneath it, Did you see it? For people who only play Java, this is mind-blowing, to be honest. Snow is a gravity freaking block. Not snow block though, not a snow block, mind you. Only a snow layer that you get. But even that is pretty amazing. I was trying to come up with some kind of use for it. I'll be honest, I did not. I couldn't come up with some with any type of use for it outside of, you know, purely decorative. But yeah, check this out. Check this out. It's pretty freaking epic, isn't it? Okay, so here's a skeleton spawner. And here's how far away from the ground it actually is. That's not too bad. That's actually like not too bad. While I was digging, it felt like way deeper. But now looking at it, it's like 15 blocks. Man, come on. We can totally connect this skeleton grinder, this skeleton thing, to our little dungeon that we're trying to make. And yes, remember when in the previous episode I was discussing how we could probably have a bit of a dungeon next to us, one of the exits from our basement. This would be a perfect thing for that dungeon to have. A bit of a skeleton grinder where we can grind skeletons. You know, tiny bit of a scaly torture chamber, because they deserve it. Okay, so far we got this stupidity going on. Yeah, that's some quality stupidity right there. That's some real good stupidity. And yeah, I don't see... Either it does not detect that I'm standing nearby, or it just feels like it already has spawned 4 people and should not spawn. Oh no, it sure doesn't detect that. It should. Yeah, that's great. That's great. That's just fine and dandy. Anyway, the output for the skeleton so far is just a little bit of water stream right around here. And yeah, I need to come up with some kind of proper system to gather them in one spot. I don't really know how to anything at this point, really. But yeah, if we do it a tiny bit deeper, because I honestly do not feel like creating some kind of funnel for them to go even lower or higher. I don't feel like funneling them all the way around somehow. I just want them to stand in the same place. So since the beginning of this episode, you can probably already see, you probably already saw that I expanded the corners, this corner, this pattern on all of the corners of our basement. I'm currently trying to come up with some kind of a ceiling for it, but so far I'm just absolutely digging this area, and I absolutely am loving it. Now, another thing that you probably already noticed is that I switched from the smooth light into the not smoothed one, just because it kind of works better in this version of the game as of right now. We are expecting this to be fixed, of course, in the next updates, but I expanded this road, the road that will lead to our little dungeon themed area, all the way to this part, all the way to this. And now once you go down on here, you will actually get into this little spot where it's basically one of the perfect spots for the AFK. And once you are here, you basically are activating the spawner. You are really near once you stand on this particular block. This is the nearest you get to the spawner, really. Now, once you stand in here, and while you stand in here, the skeletons will be spawning, that they will be dropping into the magma blocks, and they're gonna quickly get murderized by the magma blocks and drop all of their cool stuff into the chest. Now, while I was walking on the area, or on the stairway and whatnot, we gathered this amount of supplies, which is, okay, 2.5 stacks of bones and 2.5 stacks of arrows. Not too shabby, but not too great either. And yes, I do realize that this is but a spawner themed thing, but a spawner powered farm. It will not really deliver on a large amount of loot. Again, this is just a starter farm for us to get moving, for us to develop our infrastructure. And to develop that infrastructure, one thing we need to do is to rise all of this loot from down here to the up there, to the spot where we are AFK at. At the same time, we really need to figure out something for this side right here, just so we have something to stare at while we're AFK. One idea, of course, is to put the nano farms in here, to put Danny and the wheat nano farm, the crops nano farm into here, and to make it all automated. So all you need to do is to just grab some bone meal from a chest, grab some bone from a chest, craft it into bone meal, put it into Danny, and Danny will do all of his job for you, all of his work for you, providing you with infinite amount of sugarcane and potentially infinite amount of any other type of crop. Although the nano farms really do work that way that you still have to plant it. So at the very least we'll get a bit of an AFK thing going here, where we can AFK next to a nano farm, while also AFK next to a spawner, basically providing yourself with the bone meal for the nano farm that you're using at the moment. So that's the plan for the nearby future. How does it sound, guys? What do you think about this entire conundrum, about this entire endeavor of mine? I'm thinking it's kind of smart, but not too clever, but kind of smart out there. I wonder if we can make it look kind of nice, though. I love the sound of the end skeletons. Just saying. Anyway, here's the Danny. Well, it's not Danny 2.0, it's still the same Danny, just he has one more comparator sticking out of his butt. Basically, this time the machine does not even have a switch off lever. Instead, you just put your bone meal inside, and it starts pushing out the sugarcane. Yep, very much convenient. Now, on one hand, I could probably make some kind of a glass display right here, but for now I guess I'll just do this instead. It just feels rather more fitting at the moment, although I will leave this little window open so I can put the bone meal inside, plus so I can get a bit of a window right here, just, you know, decorative redstone-ish. I know, not quite something people do a lot of the times, but yeah, I want another window like this somewhere down the corridor, basically creating some a bit of a corridor with zombies trapped instead of this piston and this absorber. It's not absorber, it's a dispenser. And a dispenser, I want to have a zombie standing there and some iron bars in front of it. But for now, sadly, I will have to stop my redstone experiments and my redstone machinery development simply because I ran out of iron. Yeah, imagine that. This is still a single player world, and I will need hoppers if I want to continue developing this machine right here. I need more hoppers for a sorting system down here, so I can sort out arrows and bones in two different things. I need some kind of railway or a dispenser, well, dropper line coming out of here, because this double chest is gonna be quickly filled up with sugarcane. And yeah, I will even need hoppers and pistons and iron for the pistons if I want to develop some kind of a second nano farm. So for now, I'm afraid this is gonna be it, for I don't really have the time to gather all of the resources to continue this project. So I'm waiting for your suggestions and for your ideas and for your anything for what to do further. If you know a particular nano farm design, feel free to share it in the comment. And yeah, note to self, at some point I need a pumpkin farm too. Look at freaking this. While I was AFKing down there, it already, and we have a new frisbee creeper. That's alarming. Hey dude! There's a sheep in there. Can you tell that sheep to find my frisbee, please? Anyway guys, Thank you so much for watching of this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, do leave a like and do subscribe so you won't miss the new one. The new one's coming out. See you on the Saturday. And yes, the series is still continuing Wednesday to Saturday. 2 episodes per week. But we will be returning to the Java version of Minecraft shortly for the more episodes of New Erador. I actually have some story beats already recorded and rendered right for you, so get pumped for that. Thank you everybody so much for watching. To be continued.